Hey guys, welcome to Healthy Scratches. It is Thursday, April 19th. We got Frankie, YP, JSB breaking down all the latest news in the hockey world. Let's start with Game 4 between New Jersey Devils and Tampa Bay Lightning. Nikita Kucherov went in on Sami Vatanen. If you haven't seen the hit, first of all, my thoughts are that it was a clean hit. There was sort of no maliciousness with it. He ends up hitting, shouldering his head, but he doesn't leave his feet. I think that based on the size difference, this was a clean hit. I don't think that it's gonna go over that well because of Drew Doughty and what happened with him on William Kerr. But I think as though this is gonna be it for Kucherov, at least for one game.
I don't think he'll get suspended. I think he'll get fined maximum amount, $5,000 or whatever it is. But I agree. I didn't think the Doughty hit was a suspension. So by saying that, I don't think you can suspend him for this. It definitely looks like his elbow might have caught his head, and it's a very murky situation whenever Vatanen is their number one D and carries a lot of their offense. So it's definitely, there's more to it, a lot of read between the lines type stuff.
He got injured, he was out for the rest of the game.
Yeah, if they take him out, their chances of coming back are drastically lower. So it's definitely not great, but I don't know, man. I don't think it was blatantly cheap.
No.
It was definitely borderline, but I don't think he's going to get suspended. I will say one last thing. I've seen probably 2 camera angles, one from each side, but I haven't seen the front. If he did contact his head with his elbow, I think that 100% would
Do you think he was headhunting though, or do you think?
No,
I
don't think he was headhunting, but
Yes.
he did hit his head. He did.
So
he
then
hit
I
the
think
left side,
maybe it will
but
be
then
me.
you could also argue that there's a size difference, and as he was going in for it, it's just, Sammy's a tiny little guy. And the fact
So is
that it was just
Kucherov. He's not
I
a
know,
beast
but if
by
you
any
look
means.
at it, and let's pretend, because we can't show highlights,
All right. Do you want
why
to
don't you guys act it out, okay?
I'll be Vatanen.
Yeah.
You
go.
can be Kucherov.
Yeah, you
Okay.
go.
So I'm coming in. Oop.
Yeah. See that
Well,
he
that's
hit his
it.
head then.
Oh, that was a perfect.
Yeah.
We don't even need highlights. We
Yeah.
might as well
No,
just do this
that
on the
was
couch
it.
every time.
So it
I
looks
don't
as
know.
though Kucherov's
Most
probably
action
going to
I'm getting
get
on the couch ever.
one game.
Nice.
All right, you heard it here first. Okay, another guy who might get suspended, Ryan Hartman, Nashville Predators. He was all over the ice last night against Colorado Avalanche. Earlier on in the game, he hits Carl Soderberg, kind of a little bit, almost looks like a blindside hit too. He gets a penalty then, but then he also gets tangled up with Sven Andrighetti, right, his stick gets in between his
Right in the
legs. Right in his
Listen.
dick.
Right in the dick.
Right in the family jewels.
He pointed to it. Is that what you're going to say next?
Now
that he pointed to his
let's
dick?
act it out, okay? So no. Let's. Come on.
You gonna hit me in the dick? I mean,
Go,
I'm not
go.
taking. Oh, shit. Ah! He hit me.
Yeah, I will say this.
There we go.
That's
There
what
is nothing more frustrating. I don't think there may be a cheaper shot in hockey than someone spearing you in the dick. Yes, you wear a cup, but I don't know.
Does it hurt?
Julie, what kind of question do you think
I don't
that
know.
is?
You're wearing a
Well,
cup.
also it depends
My
on if
cup-
you get hit in the nuts or you hit in the dick, but that's another story.
My cup flops around. You never know. It's never really
Cup
protecting.
flops
You guys
around.
got room to flop around.
No, I'm saying my cup.
Nice.
That's a bad thing. That would
do
be
you
a
mean?
bad thing.
That means you have a tiny
said you
little
were
penis.
flopping around.
No,
inside.
no, I'm
Oh,
saying
the
the
cup's
cup
flopping
is
around.
it's
Got
not
it,
glued
got
to
it,
your
got it,
dick,
got it.
it's moving
You
around.
said
So
you were flopping around.
no, I mean, I'm
term
probably
flop.
flopping
Just
around a
Using
little
the term
bit.
flop, that's a pretty good
Flop,
term.
flop, flop.
Not when it's your cup. That
Got
means
it.
you got
But
room.
wouldn't it
Correct.
mean though that you have a tiny
That's what I'm
little
trying to
penis
say. It's
than
not a
if your
good
cup
thing.
is flopping?
I wouldn't say a tiny little penis, but my point is,
It's like me when I wear clothes, I'm always swimming in them.
You're
'cause I'm
flopping
so skinny.
around.
I'm
Yeah,
my
just like
body's
YP's
flopping
dick
you're
in his
flopping
cup.
around.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant. My point is, the cup isn't glued to your dick. So if you get speared in the dick, there's going to be a little elbow room that, it hurts very bad. And it's not even that. It's just the principle. If someone spears me in the dick, it's like getting spit on in the face. Like you legitimately try to injure. There's a lot of things. Kucherov could have been hitting him in the shoulder.
Right.
He may not have meant to do that. If you spear someone in the dick,
You
you
meant
meant to do that.
Right. I love the reaction too, because a lot of times guys get speared in the dick and they go right to the ground, they fall, they wait for a penalty to be called.
Should've done.
He's just like, did
He's
you
like a
guys
little
fucking
baby.
see what just happened to me? He's pointing at his dick, and then when no one calls anything, he goes and he takes the guy down.
I
and
love it.
I
Yeah.
loved it. I loved every second.
Ryan
of his
Hartman,
reaction.
this guy, I mean, the Hawks,
Got a lot of heart.
he definitely, I see what
Bit
you
of
did there.
bit of a jerk though.
No, I mean, what
He's all
they
over the
lacked
place.
in Andrew Shaw when he left, they thought he was going to fill the void. Chicago obviously had a bad year this year and kind of I don't know if it's a panic move or what, but they let him go. This is a guy that I think fits in great on Nashville. Like, you need that edge in the playoffs. Look at Andrew Shaw in those playoff runs. Like, he had that kind of, like, X
Yeah,
factor.
but then sometimes you walk the line, you end up maybe going a little too far.
You do.
Maybe get suspended.
Yeah, but like a guy, I don't know if it's because of the way he looks or the way he plays, but he doesn't give me that, like, Ratko Gudas, like, I don't get the same feel. Yeah, but for him, I like the way Hartman plays more than I do Gudas. I don't know if it's the way they look. I think Gudas looks like a fucking goon, and he just looks like a meathead. But when you watch Hartman play, if he does something dirty, it doesn't give off the same vibe. For some reason, when I watch him do something like that hit, like you're saying, to me it didn't seem malicious. It just seemed, it looked like
hit.
It was a hard hit.
It was late.
It was
just late.
But to me, when I watch him play, it's almost like he's just playing hard, as opposed to playing dirty.
Speaking of Radko Gudas, he obviously took out Sean Couturier, was not in the game last night for the Flyers against the Penguins. They got destroyed, 5-0 Pittsburgh.
As that Muppet likes to say, Ryan Whitney, they got shit pumped.
Yeah, they did get shit pumped. Here's Nick and Booze for a little bit more on that matchup.
Thanks, guys. Here we are, coming to you live directly from my couch just after the game. Penguins win 5-0 and take a 3-1 series lead. Booze, how do you feel?
It's been the same exact story all series long. Shitty goaltending, mixed with horrible penalties, mixed with absolutely zero fight in them whatsoever.
None.
Results in another shutout. But I know what this team needs. Down 3-1. They need their boy back in Pittsburgh, back in that arena, their lucky charm, cheering them on behind the bench. Look, people forget the Flyers have come back from a 3-1 deficit before and actually gone on to the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm not saying it'll happen. I'm just saying it could.
Booze, I don't even know if you're enough. The Flyers have used 3 different goalies in this series, and Crosby has scored on every single one of them. Goals tonight from Malkin, Crosby, Kessel, Letang. The core was out in full force, and Radko Gudas finally made his presence felt on this series, as we all knew he would at some point by taking out Sean Couturier in practice. The Flyers' #1 center doesn't even get to play. He gets taken out in practice.
Radko Gudas went full gym, like PE mode. You know, like when you used to be in PE in grade school and there was always that one guy that just went way too hard? Yeah, that was Radko in practice the other day, and he took out our best defensive offender. So,
yeah, we're talking about practice. All right, guys, back to you. Let's go, Pens.
All right, tough one there for Booze. I mean, this feels like such a long series because every game is just like beating them to death, except for that one anomaly, game 2. But this one is definitely over.
Other than game 2, the score combined, I'm pretty sure 17-1. That is
every game's been a blowout, even game 2.
17.
It's crazy.
But
it's
game
like
2, like the Flyers showed up, everything went their way, every bounce. Other than that, Frankie, 17-1.
We talked about this. We said that game 2 was just a matter of the Penguins kind of just stepping off
Yeah,
the
they
gas
just
a little
took their
bit.
foot off the gas for a second.
There's nothing to that game. This series has been over since the first goal was scored by the Penguins in game 1. But yeah, like I said, shit pump season last night.
Crosby again.
Dude, when you have Crosby, Malkin, Kessel, and Letang all on the score sheet, that is something.
And they scored on all 3, as Nick and Booze mentioned there, all 3 of the Flyers goalies.
Tough,
being a fan of that, if you're a fan of that team and you look at that score sheet and you say every single one of my good players are scoring in a massively important playoff game, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
How often does your team and your star players come through like that? And
for me and you, Frankie, not often.
Not always.
Never.
Not often.
Also, in the Devils game last night, you might remember him if you're a fan of Seinfeld, but Putty. He was like the Devils fan, painted face. He was at the Devils game. Interesting bit character to bring back. I mean, timely if you're a Devils fan. I don't know how many of the people in the audience would like remember him, but is this the biggest celebrity Devils fan?
Well, yeah. When you think of Devils, you immediately say, "Let's go Devils!"
Yeah, I mean.
You think of that. You think of the face paint. I mean, unless you're thinking of like Frank the Tank, I don't know another famous.
Isn't Kevin Smith? I may be wrong.
Who is the like biggest celebrity fan for the Devils? Like LA Kings has so many celebrity fans. Islanders.
Yeah, it's LA.
Islanders. Kevin
It's
Connolly.
Frankie Borelli.
Kevin Connolly.
Okay.
Entourage.
All right.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of
Rangers has a ton. Even
Rangers
Leafs, we got like Mike Myers and
Rangers
shit.
has Margot Robbie. I mean, they post her like reaction pictures every time they score a goal. She's at every goddamn game.
I mean, yeah.
Are we acting like he's only from Seinfeld? I mean, the guy's been a superstar behind the mic. He's been Kronk from The Emperor's New Groove, and he's been.
I didn't know that.
What?
I would never have known that.
Frankie.
What? What do you mean?
Who the fuck is Kronk?
How do you not know Kronk from Emperor's New Groove? And he's.
Let me tell you
are
how.
we supposed to know
what's his name
Emperor's
from
New
Family
Groove?
Guy? What's the guy's name in the wheelchair?
Seth MacFarlane, guy you look
No. What's the guy's name in the wheelchair? I mean, now it's bad.
Frankie, this is not good.
He's what's his name from Family Guy? Hello. What's the dude in the wheelchair's name from Family Guy? Joe Swanson. How do you not know who Joe Swanson is?
This is like the Stop the Hammering guy.
You didn't even know Joe Swanson
You know who Joe Swanson is. You forget his name.
You're having a meltdown like the Stop the Hammering guy.
Also,
He has a legendary voice. Emperor's
Let's
New
just
Groove.
remember that you brought up Emperor's New Groove.
He's a national car rental guy. You don't see this guy all over the place?
I'm sure I have. I'm sure I have.
I guess we've seen him all over.
He has a legendary voice. If you don't know who Kronk from Emperor's New Groove is, you're crazy.
You're like 2 years old.
I must be crazy. I don't know, Frank. I got your back in a lot of situations.
Wild.
This seems like a weird.
Yeah, this is a weird moment to hang your hat on right now.
He has a known voice. He has a legendary cartoon voice.
So what? So then, what are you saying? People at the Devils game should have heard his voice and turned around.
She said that no one would know who he is.
No, I mean millennial kids, but then I guess I realized you're super millennial and you know him from Emperor's New Groove.
He's been on Family Guy for like 15, 20 years.
But he's a character. He's not even.
Like if you don't see his face, no one's hearing his voice at a game.
All I'm saying is he's a little more.
If he went to get a hot dog, maybe someone would hear his voice.
I think he's a little more famous than just Putty.
All right. Apparently he is. Because you're his biggest fan.
I am his biggest fan. I think he's great.
We'll have to see if Putty is back at a home game if the Devils are able to get another win. Because that will make it Game 6.
Yes, it will.
See you later, guys.
Go watch the Emperor's New Groove. It's a great cartoon.
What a show.
Emperor's New Groove.
Shout out to the Atlanta Thrashers one time.
Nice.
Throwback jersey.
Now defunct. Rest in peace, Atlanta Thrashers. See, Doug.
This is a weird moment.
This is a weird show.
You were just yelling at all them, like about who's
was
the
great.
guy in the wheelchair?